Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. PhantomBit here, and let's make an RPG character. Wait, wait, I know there are hundreds of videos out there on how to do that, and thousands of game systems that those videos could be for. But hear me out. You clicked on the video, so at least let me explain. If you ever wanted to make a character something more than the stats on their character sheet, then this might be a video that helps. I have a method, a list of questions I ask my players at character creation that vastly deepens who their character is and sets them up for a far more robust, personal story. Now, what questions are those? Well, first, I have to say, I can't take credit for these questions. I don't remember who I stole them from, but I just know I did not come up with them on my own. Still, standing on the shoulders of giants and whatnot. Right? Right? The questions. First, who's the character? Whoa, big one, right? Well, isn't that what these questions are meant to help build? Well, let me explain. I'm a programmer, so my brain works in a certain way, and I need to ask leading questions in a way that get my friends, relatives, and other players to follow my trail of logic, since the answers might be obvious to them, but held and relayed in a way I personally can't parse. So, that first question, who is the character? I break it into sub questions. Of course, what is their name? But also, where did they grow up? What type of place? And do they still live there? Where we were raised can have a major impact on who we are. And so too should a character's origin affect them. Now, next is who is their family? Or who would they call family? Now remember, this is at character creation, so one of the other player characters might be on that list, but as a whole, their story is yet to begin. Still, those that are closest to us help shape the actions we are willing to or choose to take. Plus, as a game master, this is a great time to make some NPCs. Notice I don't restrict this question to blood, though blood ties might help. Every character should have at least one, if not a handful, of close confidants that were fundamental in them becoming who they are at the start of a campaign, and who should still be in some way present, even if only in mementos, in the character's life. Now, going on, how does the character outwardly present themselves? We can't all be Oscar worthy actors, and most RPGs have some mechanics in place to help players who are not strong play strong characters, players who are not necessarily smart play smart characters, players who are not personally outspoken play characters who actually are. But go beyond just intended personality and do with that question how you will, what you feel is best for your table. Get a description of the character's appearance as it is before the campaign. Things can happen in play that forces them to change. And how the player wants the character to be perceived by the world and the other players. What is the character's internal struggle? We all have demons, and anyone who says they don't finds theirs in that very belief. What what does the character carry with them that they might not necessarily know is a problem themselves, or is a problem they can't or won't ask to be helped overcome, or even that they are working to overcome? What have they done up until now? Continuing on with our line of questions. Now, this could be where in 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, you bring up the character's background. But also, are they educated? To what degree? What skills would they have that they have used to sustain their life to this point, a session 0 of a campaign? So to recap, when I ask who a character is, I'm not just asking what is their name, but also where are they from? Who are they close to? How do they present themselves? What are their struggles? And what have they been doing until the point the game begins? Now that I remind you is my first question. though it has sub questions. The second question I ask is, what do they want? Now, this one is far more straightforward, and all of the questions going from this point are: what is the player's intention that this character's long-term goal should be? What is the thing or things that the character desires so greatly that they are willing to take action to obtain it? Something tangible, such as wealth or land, or something intangible, such as revenge, respect, or honor. What calls the character to action? But then there's the third question: why can't they have it? What is preventing them from having all of their heart's desire, and thus is going to force them into action? What is going to force them into the campaign? And fourth, continues the line: what is the character doing, or what does the character do to answer for the third question? What action are they taking? And then as a game master, I get to determine the final two questions. Why does that action, the answer to number 4, not work? But I don't tell the player immediately that is what playing the game is for. And the course of gameplay is actually just setting my answer to why the player character's action won't work as the answer to the third question, and then asking again the fourth question and repeating. That's the campaign. What does the character want? Why can't they have it? What do they do about it? And then why does that not work? And then what do they do about that? And then the final step is to determine the end of a character's story by asking what finally will work. What does a character do that attains for them what they desired all along? And answering these 5 questions, or 6, answering these 6 questions will help not just you as a game master or as a player, but everyone that is partaking in the story know what path their character is on or the other characters are on, and be able to more greatly interplay them. I learned these I learned these questions from an author who was talking on what they use for writing, what uh, how they improve their story writing, and they said these 6 questions. So why not use them in your story writing in your game? That's all I have. Uh, Thank y'all for watching, and as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, or even night. Bye bye.